The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that the next series of developments will be extremely dramatic as all the consequences of bad decisions begin to come to light. From the fragile relationship between Brooke and Ridge, Steffy's calculations, to Bill's handling of the situation related to Liam and Luna, all will put the characters in extreme tension. Here's the full picture of what's going on. Brooke is struggling to find a way to recover from her mistakes. At the beginning, after facing heavy criticism for the backstabbing action she caused, Brooke is trying to turn things around. She knows that her mistake not only affects her personal reputation, but also harms her daughter Hope. Brooke and Hope have always had a close mother-daughter relationship, to the point that Brooke is willing to do anything to protect her daughter. In that situation, Brooke decides to ask Ridge for help by letting Hope return to Forrester Creations. This is a risky move, because Brooke knows that Ridge is strongly influenced by Steffy. However, because she is afraid that Hope will become unemployed for a long time, Brooke has no choice but to try to convince Ridge. However, this desire is immediately met with resistance from Ridge. He feels that it is difficult for him to intervene in the collective decision, especially when Steffy has clearly expressed her opinion of banning Hope. Ridge is often commented that he is not brave enough to separate himself from Steffy's influence, and this makes Brooke disappointed. However, Brooke's pleading efforts may leave a seed in Ridge's mind, making him start to wonder whether to listen to her suggestion or not. Steffy is decisive but also calculating. As for Steffy, she continues to show her strong, somewhat overwhelming, feminist role. Steffy is in need of an excuse to vent her anger, and this time the one who has to bear the brunt is none other than Bill. The reason stems from Bill's decision to force Liam out of the company, which was considered a stupid move, and also caused controversy with Luna being dragged into trouble. In Steffy's eyes, Bill crossed the line when he pushed his son Liam out just to stand by Luna. For Steffy, Luna was not worth Bill's sacrifice, especially when it hurt Liam. Although Steffy is known as a spoiled princess, this time, she seems to receive sympathy from other characters because Bill's handling of the situation really put Liam in a difficult situation. Bill and the controversial decision Bill Spencer is known for being decisive, sometimes even cold to the point of cruelty. But when caught up in the mess related to Luna, Bill took an action that was considered irrational from the beginning, protecting Luna at all costs, regardless of hurting his son. This decision not only shocked the public opinion within the Forrester and Spencer families, but also created a deeper rift between Bill and Steffy. When Steffy saw Liam being cruelly pushed out of the company, she could not keep calm. Her attack on Bill made the relationship between the two more tense than ever. She blamed and criticized Bill for being selfish, heartless, only caring about his own interests, and not caring about his son. Steffy had to protect Liam, who was in a miserable situation when he was kicked out of the company by his own father. This made Steffy furious because she could not ignore the injustice of the person she loved. Although Steffy sometimes acted like a spoiled princess for Liam, she was willing to do anything to protect him. Steffy's protection was to remind Bill that he could not continue to use his power irresponsibly. Liam himself is in crisis, not knowing how to reassert his position. All of this is pushing Liam into a spiral, wanting to both respond to Bill and avoid further conflict with his family. Brooke's efforts to save Hope's future while Steffy is busy confronting Bill. Brooke is focused on one goal, getting Hope's job back. Brooke's hope is that Ridge will listen and help. However, she understands that Ridge and Steffy have always had a strong father-daughter bond, and Ridge fighting against Steffy is almost unthinkable. Not only that, Brooke is also afraid that even if Ridge agrees, Steffy will never stop making things difficult for Hope. The animosity between them increases as Steffy always believes that Hope has caused unforgivable damage to the Forrester family. In addition, Hope is currently lacking support, and Thomas is not in Los Angeles to help her, so the possibility of Hope being drowned at Forrester Creations is very high. Hope and Thomas as a way out for Hope? In that suffocating situation, Brooke wondered whether to call for help from Thomas in Paris. Although she knew that Thomas and Hope had encountered countless difficulties, and even their partnership had been stormy many times, Brooke still saw in Thomas a creative talent that could help pull Hope out of her temporary unemployment situation. However, bringing Hope to Paris was like a gamble, because it depended on whether Thomas was willing to join hands with Hope or not. No one could forget the complicated emotional events of this duo. However, when Hope's mother was devoting all her energy to supporting her daughter, all possibilities could be considered. Brooke knew very well that Thomas could be the key to saving Hope, at least temporarily. Tense confrontation. Steffy, Bill returning to Steffy and Bill. The war officially broke out when Steffy went to see Bill to confront him. Not only does she attack him for his decisions regarding Luna, but she also reminds him of how he hurt his own son Liam. Bill has always been confident in his ability to control everything, but this time he will have a hard time avoiding Steffy's anger. Things get even more dramatic when Steffy can bring up Bill's past mistakes, especially when he has repeatedly taken advantage of opportunities to gain advantages for himself. How will Bill respond to Steffy, or will he temporarily give in to ease the situation? Hope's future. The key still lies in Ridge's decision? Finally, the most important question, can Brooke convince Ridge to help Hope in any way? Up to now, Ridge has been loyal to the group-based mindset and is strongly influenced by Steffy. But Brooke's maternal love is a driving force that cannot be underestimated. She is determined not to let her daughter lose everything because of a momentary mistake. If Ridge doesn't change, will Brooke dare to take the risky step of giving her hand to Thomas or worse, letting Hope leave Los Angeles to find a new future in Paris? This will be a life-or-death decision for both mother and daughter, especially when Forrester Creations seems to slam the door in Hope's face. Clearly, The Bold and the Beautiful is leading the audience into a series of continuous climaxes with overlapping conflicts. Whether Brooke can save Hope or not is still a mystery. Will Steffy continue to make waves or be forced to compromise to some extent? Will Bill regret or defend his decision to the end? Everything is still a promising mess, making the audience count down the days to know how each character's fate will turn out. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that the situation in the Forrester family is becoming extremely tense when Sheila, Luna, and Elektra appear together, bringing with them a series of dark calculations and plots. Every relationship faces a big challenge, especially when Sheila is willing to do everything to approach John Finn, and Luna is determined to capture Will's attention. Here are the details, revealing how far the main characters will take things. Sheila is the seed of all danger. Sheila is known as a woman with a fierce past, always trying to interfere in the lives of those around her to achieve her own goals. This time, she realized that Elektra did not give Luna a second chance. Elektra's decisiveness reminded Sheila of Steffy once, slamming the door on her, not giving her any way to approach John Finn. Obsession named Steffy. Sheila has always blamed Steffy for her separation from Finn. For Sheila, all the obstacles come from Steffy's excessive control, causing Finn to always keep his distance. The complexity in this never-acknowledged mother-daughter relationship is the reason Sheila is so vengeful. The similarity to Luna's situation. When she sees Luna facing a similar obstacle as Elektra, Sheila feels like her past is repeating itself. This makes Sheila even more determined to take action to help Luna remove the obstacle. Deep down, Sheila wants to get revenge for what Steffy did to her before. Luna's ambition and goal to capture Will, on the other hand. Luna clearly shows that she does not accept any barriers that prevent her from getting close to Will. This is confirmed by Luna's declaration that Elektra is not suitable for Will. However, Elektra is not an easy person. She saw through Luna's plan and warned her. Of course, in front of Sheila, this warning made Sheila side with Luna more. Will is seen as a man with many values and hidden power in the family. Therefore, approaching Will means that Luna can ensure a prosperous future, even have the opportunity to enter the complicated world of the Spencer or Forrester family. Relationship with Sheila. Luna has secretly joined hands with Sheila. who knows very well how to use tricks to circumvent the law and destroy the opponent. The two seem to be the perfect couple in terms of conspiracy. For Sheila, helping Luna take will also means she can put more pressure on the Forrester and Spencer family members. Elektra, the line that prevents plots in this picture. Elektra emerges as the biggest barrier for Luna. She does not accept that Luna can easily achieve her goals, especially when she realizes the evil intentions behind seemingly innocent gestures. Elektra shows her bravery by bluntly saying no to Luna in front of Sheila. Elektra issued a public warning, not afraid to touch Sheila's name. This accidentally ignited Sheila and Luna's anger, making them want to retaliate even more strongly. The role of next victim. According to what the spoilers reveal, Elektra is at risk of being murdered by Sheila. The reason is simply that she dared to stop Luna's plan to take Will. This action shows the cruel side of Sheila's personality, ready to eliminate anyone who gets in her way, without hesitation. Sheila and Luna's mocking smile at Forrester's warning the Forrester family, from the past to the present, has always spoken out to prevent Sheila's malicious intentions. But this time it seems that their warnings are just wind blowing past the ears of Sheila and Luna. Both of them not only ignore the warnings, but also appear to challenge all laws. The world within or outside the law, the bold and the beautiful spoilers imply that Sheila and Luna are willing to step out of the ethical boundaries, even beyond the law. The distorted legal system here implies that Sheila is experienced in evading and finding legal loopholes to escape punishment. Luna learns from that trick to create her own advantage. The revival of the Sheila versus Forrester war. Originally, the Forrester family always considered Sheila a dangerous person. Now, with Luna on the sidelines, a resurrection, war has officially broken out, potentially lasting longer and more complicated than ever. Elektra's assassination plot. The cruel climax. The biggest highlight in the new series of plots is the plan to kill Elektra. No longer just threats or dirty tricks. Sheila is preparing to cross the red line this time. Sheila's intentions. If these rumors are true, Sheila will not hesitate to take action to remove the only obstacle for Luna. Sheila's coldness and cruelty are clearly shown. As long as her goal is achieved, anyone who stands in her way must be eliminated. Luna's reaction, although it is not clear whether Luna agrees or not. With her ambitious personality, it is very likely that Luna will ignore or even support this plan. She sees Elektra's disappearance as a free opportunity to approach Will. Elektra's coping ability. On Elektra's side, if she is sober enough, she will have to find a way to expose Sheila and Luna's plot. The problem is whether she has strong enough allies or not, because Elektra herself is alone in the fight against those who are too savvy in their tricks. Potential motivations and outcomes. All of these developments are predicted to lead to a big climax, where Forrester, Spencer, and all the related characters have to face the threat from Sheila. Even Finn, who Sheila has always haunted, can be drawn back into the cycle of hatred when he sees his biological mother continue to cause trouble. It's not out of the question that Steffy will once again come out against Sheila, especially if she learns that Sheila is planning to kill Elektra or indirectly harm anyone in the family. At that point, Steffy will actively drag Ridge, Eric, or even Bill Spencer into convicting Sheila. Multi-sided game. Luna's appearance makes the situation more complicated because she is still trying to get in Will's way. If the Spencer family doesn't realize the plot soon, they may inadvertently let Luna manipulate part of the company or cause Will to fall into an emotional mess. In short, the bold and the beautiful spoilers this time shows a more worrying situation than ever. Sheila and Luna become the new sinner couple, willing to do anything, regardless of right or wrong, to achieve their goal of approaching two important men, John, Finn, and Will. Elektra, who is trying to wake everyone up, falls into danger when she has to confront Sheila, who is experienced in bloody missions. Will Elektra be able to uncover and stop the assassination plan before things get out of control? Will Steffy or another member of the Forrester family have enough courage to break Sheila and Luna's plot? all promise to create episodes full of tension and drama, where viewers cannot take their eyes off the screen.
Oh.